Hey everybody, my name is Julian. I'm a host with Kudos. Some of you may know me, some of you may have even taken my experience that used to be called Kick It Out. Today's experience is called the Art of Muay Thai Kickboxing. Muay Thai is a kind of martial art. I've been practicing Muay Thai for 6 years, but I have also trained in another martial art called Taekwondo. I trained Taekwondo from when I was 4 years old to when I was 12 years old. So martial arts has been a big part of my life for a long time. Muay Thai comes from a country called Thailand. In the Thai language, Muay Thai just means Thai boxing. But it's not the kind of Western boxing that you may have seen here on TV, where people are trying to punch each other with their fists. In Thailand, the word boxing means something totally different. Muay Thai, or Thai boxing, has more than just punches. Instead of just using their fists as weapons, people that practice Muay Thai also use elbows, kicks, and knees. These are the different kinds of strikes involved in Muay Thai. Today, I'm going to teach you 6 different strikes, 3 different kinds of punches, 2 different kinds of elbows, and 1 knee strike. The first thing that I always teach my Kadoers is how to stand when they're practicing Muay Thai. So this is what I want your feet to be doing. First, I want you to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. So that means I want your feet to be right underneath your shoulders. Then, without moving your left foot, I want you to move your right foot back a little bit. Okay? Good. Now that my right foot is behind my left foot, I want you to bend your knees just a little bit. Did you see that? I bent my knees a little bit. Here, this might help. So you can see my knees are just a little bit bent. Left foot in front of the right foot, knees just a little bit bent. I like to keep both my toes pointing forward. Here's a shot of what the knees bent looks like from this side. The next thing I like to teach my Kadoers is what part of the foot to be standing on. I like to use the ball of my foot, this part right here. And I like to have most of my weight on this part of my foot. In Muay Thai, there is this rhythmic motion of moving back and forth, shifting my weight to the left and to the right. When I'm doing nothing, or I'm not throwing any strikes, this is what I'm doing. Shifting my weight back and forth from my left foot to my right foot, with my knees bent just a little bit. Okay? So, with our left foot forward, our right foot back, our knees bent a little bit, and the majority of our weight on the balls of our feet, the next thing that I like to teach my Kadoers is what to do with their hands in their regular Thai boxing stance. I like to have my hands around my chin with my elbows tucked in a little bit. Not flared out like this, but tucked in like that. I like to keep my palms facing out, but some people like to keep their palms facing each other. Whatever you prefer. So, having our hands around my chin height with my palms facing out or facing each other, this right here is my Thai boxing stance. All I need to do now is add that shift of the weight, that rhythmic movement, back and forth, shifting my weight from my left foot to my right foot. And this right here is your Thai boxing stance. One thing I want to bring to your attention is what we're doing with our hands and our shoulders in our Thai boxing stance. So you'll notice that my hands are closed, but they're not clenched fists. I don't have my fists super clenched. I just have my hands closed, but relaxed and soft. My shoulders are not tense up like this, but instead, they're relaxed. Okay? So when we're in our Thai boxing stance like this, I want all of our body, but especially our hands and our shoulders, relaxed. Okay? One important thing to do while you're in your Thai boxing stance is to have your chin pointed down. The reason we do this is because the chin is a very sensitive spot on your face. If you take a strike to your chin, it could be a much worse strike than if you were to take it to your forehead or even the side of your head. Okay, so we like to keep our chin tucked. All right, keeping our chin down is very important. Notice my hips when I throw the number 1, okay? My hips right here are gonna twist a little bit this way. All right? My hips right now are facing the camera, and when I end the punch, my hips are pointing at an angle now. Another tip with the Thai boxing stance is to always have your hips pointing straight forward. I like to tell my cadoers that if I had 2 long sticks in either of my hands and I held them like this at my hips, they would go straight forward, okay? In Thai boxing, this is called keeping our hips square, okay? When we throw strikes, I want us to be relaxed up until the point that the strike is being thrown. So, for the number 1, I'm relaxed here in my Thai boxing stance. My fists are relaxed. My shoulders are relaxed. Okay, my whole body is pretty much relaxed. But when I throw the strike, when the left fist shoots straight forward, then my fist, my forearm, my bicep and my tricep, and even my shoulders, or my left shoulder, are all gonna tense up. Okay? And then as I bring my hand back to my face, I'm relaxed again. So as the strike is thrown, I'm tense in just this part of my body. As I bring the fist back to my face, I'm relaxed again. Okay? All right. Now that we have an idea of how to stand in our Thai boxing stance, let's get into throwing some strikes. But before we do that, a couple guidelines. First, while you're engaging with these strikes, I want you doing so slowly and softly. I want you to try hard to not be tense, and I want you to move with these strikes in a relaxed and calm way. If you're familiar with Tai Chi, I kind of want you moving in a rhythm that is only a little bit faster than the pace of Tai Chi. Second, a big part of martial arts is this idea of respect. Right now, I'm talking about having respect for Muay Thai. Engaging with these strikes should be done so in a serious but fun kind of way. So that means it's very important to not practice these strikes on your friends or family, because doing so would not be showing respect for the martial art.
Psst, it's the Kudos team here. Reflecting on new ideas help us make meaningful connections. So here's your first reflection challenge. Host Julian talks about respect for martial arts by respecting people's boundaries. What does respect look like for you? Can you think of some other places you show respect physically.
Enough about guidelines, let's jump into learning some strikes. In our Thai boxing stance, you guys know how to do that now. The first strike that I'm going to teach you is called the number 1. Its real name is called the jab, or the left straight, but I call it the number 1. From our Thai boxing stance, our number 1 is thrown with our left hand. To throw the number 1, my left fist is going to shoot straight forward like a laser. At the end of the punch, my left fist has the palm now facing down. Let's see that one more time from this view. Left fist shoots straight forward like a laser. Notice my left elbow stays in tight to my body for the majority of the punch, and only at the end does my arm and my wrist turn over to make my palm face down. Let's see it from this angle. Left fist shoots straight out like a laser. From this angle, left fist shoots straight out like a laser. Okay? And then it comes back. I want you to try that with me now. In your Thai boxing stance, hands up at the chin area, your left fist is going to shoot straight out, and your palm is going to end up pointing down. Notice that when I throw my left fist forward, my right fist stays here, glued to my face. The reason why I do that is because when Thai boxers throw punches, if they don't keep their other hand up high, they would be open to take a shot to this side of their face. So I like to keep my non-punching hand up high when I throw strikes. Okay? Try that with me one more time. Left fist shoots straight forward. Left palm faces down, and then I bring my fist back to my chin. Okay? Nice, all right. When we throw strikes, there's something very important that I want you to do with your mouth, actually. And that's breathing out with every single strike you throw. This is also called exhaling. But there's a few different kinds of ways to breathe out when we throw strikes. One common way people breathe out when they throw strikes is they make a hissing noise, kind of like a snake. Another way people breathe out when they throw strikes is they do it kind of like they're blowing out a candle. My favorite way to breathe out when we strike is the hissing noise like a snake. The next strike that I like to teach my Kadoers is called the number 2. Another name for the number 2 is called the cross or the straight right hand. Okay? It's very similar to the number 1, except this time, as you guessed, it's with your right hand. So, from my Thai boxing stance, this time, my right fist is going to shoot straight forward, like a laser. Keeping my elbow in for the majority of the punch, at the last second, I turn my arm and my wrist over so that my right palm is facing down. From this side, my right fist shoots straight forward. From this side, right fist shoots straight forward. Here's one tricky part when throwing the number 2. I want you to do your best to try to rotate or turn your right heel off the ground as you're throwing the strike. So watch me here first. As I throw the number 2, my right heel is going to twist off the ground so that now I'm putting all my weight on the ball of my right foot as I land the punch. Okay? Seeing that one more time, pay close attention to what my right foot is doing. As I throw the punch, my right heel twists off the ground and my weight is on the ball of my right foot. Another thing to keep in mind when I throw the number 2 is to keep my left hand glued to my face the whole time that I'm throwing the punch. Watching one more time. My left hand stays glued to my face for the whole punch. Same as the number 1. When we throw the number 2, I want this time the right side of our body, our right arm, to tense up as the strike is thrown. So I'm relaxed, and then when the right fist shoots straight forward, then my right fist, my right forearm, this part of my right arm, and my right shoulder are all going to tense up. And then as I bring the fist back to my face, I'm relaxed again. So one more time, try this with me. Throw the number 2 and tense up your right arm and your right shoulder. And then bring the fist back to your face and you're relaxed again. One more time. Right arm is tense. Right arm is relaxed. Right arm is tense. Right arm is relaxed. Notice that when I throw the number 2, my hips this time are moving this way. Okay. One more time from this view. The ball of my foot digging into the ground. My whole right arm and right fist are tense and then relaxed again as I bring the fist back to my face. The last punch that I will teach you today is called the number 3. Another name for the number 3 is it's called the left hook. I'm going to break this punch into 2 separate chunks. Here's the first chunk. From my Thai boxing stance, hands up at my chin, elbows in, left foot in front of my right foot with my knees just a little bit bent. I'm going to raise my left fist and my left elbow up to my left side just at about arm level, like this. I make my arm in a hook shape. So my arm is kind of like in this hooked shape right now. See that? I raise my arm up like this to my left side. Okay? So from the Thai boxing stance, one more time. Left fist, left elbow, get raised up to my left side with my arm in a hook shape. Okay? Everybody try that with me. Raise your left fist and your left elbow to your left side with your arm in a hook shape. All right, and back to your stance. Try that one more time. Good. From this view, all right, and from this view. So, now that our left fist and our left elbow are raised up to our left side like this, the next step for this punch is to bring your fist in a circular motion around to be in front of you. Watching here. Now my left fist is in front of my face. One more time. Step 1, left fist and left elbow up. Step 2, bring the left fist around to be in front of my face. Okay? One more time. Left fist and left elbow come up. Left fist comes around to be in front of my face. Notice my hips. Similar to the number 1, this time my hips are turning that way. If we put the 2 steps or the 2 chunks together, this is what your number 3 should look like. One more time. But while this is still new, I want you practicing the number 3 in these 2 separate chunks. First step, left fist and left elbow come up. Second step, left fist comes round to be in front of my face. And then back to my relaxed stance here. Okay? Just like the other punches, while I'm throwing the strike, I am tensing up that part of my arm. So I'm relaxed here. As I bring my arm up, I'm a little bit tense. As I bring my arm around, my whole shoulder, arm, forearm, and fist have tensed up. And now I'm back to that relaxed Thai boxing stance. Okay? Notice my feet on this punch. My left foot is going to do something similar that it did when we threw the number 2. So from here, my left foot, as my hips twist, I'm going to dig the left ball of my foot into the ground as I throw the punch, which causes my left heel to twist off the ground. Okay? One more time, watching my legs as I throw the punch. As the punch is being thrown, my heel twists off the ground, and I dig my foot, the ball of my foot, into the ground. Okay, one more time. That's how I want you to end your punch on the left hook. Okay, from this angle, digging the ball of my foot into the ground as I punch. So, now you know 3 basic punches. You know the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3. What you can try on your own is you can try chaining these punches together to make what's called a combination or a combo. Okay? One of the most basic combos in Western boxing, Thai boxing, and many other martial arts involves these 3 punches that I've just taught you. I'm going to name this combo 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, as you might guess, the first punch we're going to throw in this combo is the number 1. And then the number 2. And then the number 3. Notice, okay, that I bring my fist back to my face before I start the next punch. So as I throw the number 1, I don't start throwing the number 2 until my left fist is almost back at my face. I don't start throwing the number 3 until my right fist is back at my face. Okay? This combo, like I said, can be called the 1, 2, 3. And you can practice it with those punches in that order. Okay? At a regular speed, this combo will look like this. From my Thai boxing stance, and then back to my Thai boxing stance, nice and relaxed. Now that you know that combo with those punches, let's learn something a little bit more specific to Muay Thai, and that is the elbow strikes. From my Thai boxing stance here, I'm first going to teach you the left elbow. From my Thai boxing stance, the first thing that I do to throw the left elbow is I bring my left hand a little bit lower which causes my left elbow to raise up. Okay? Try that with me. Left hand moves down, left elbow comes up. Back to my stance. Try that with me one more time. Left hand moves down, left elbow moves up. Notice that I opened up my hand. Anytime we throw elbows, I don't want your hands even closed in a relaxed way like this. When we are throwing elbows, I need your hands open. Or at least the elbowing hand needs to be open. Okay? So, one more time. Left hand moves down, left elbow moves up. From here, my left elbow is going to move in this kind of a motion, where I bring my left hand close to my chest. Okay? So, one more time. Left hand moves down, left elbow moves up. That's step one. Step two is take your left elbow and move it in this kind of a motion forward. Okay? Step one, step two. All right? From this side, step one, step two. From this side, step one, step two. Okay, notice I have my right hand still glued to my face here, and my left elbow has moved in this forward motion in front of my body here. Similar to all the punches with my left hand, my left hips twist as I throw the elbow. Watch my hips this time. Okay? Now they're pointing on the angle. In my Thai boxing stance, hips are pointing at the camera. At the point of the elbow being done, after I've thrown the left elbow, now my hips are pointing at the side there on an angle. Okay? Watch my feet as I throw the elbow. As I throw the elbow, my left foot is going to take a small step forward. So, with me now, left hand moves down, left elbow moves up. Step one. Step two, left elbow is going to move forward, and I'm going to step with my left foot at the same time. All right? So watching my feet, I step with the left foot. I step with the left foot. Okay? Try that with me. Let's break it down into some steps. Step one, left hand moves down, left elbow comes up. Step two, left elbow moves forward, and I step with the left foot. And back to my stance. Notice that my right foot might turn like this a little bit in order for me to step forward on the strike. Now my right toes are pointing that way. Okay? So to start, in my Thai boxing stance, my right toes are pointing forward. At the end of the left elbow strike, my right toes are pointing that way. Okay? Now, last elbow strike that I'm going to teach you today is the right elbow. Very similar to the left elbow, the right elbow starts with my right hand moving down, my right elbow moving up. That's step one. Step two, similar to the left elbow, my right elbow is going to move forward in that kind of a motion. All right, so let's break that down again. Step one, right hand moves down, right elbow moves up. Step two, right elbow moves forward. Notice Just like the number 2, my right heel comes off the ground and I drive the right ball of my foot into the ground as I throw the strike. All right, so back to my stance. This time pay attention to my right foot. As I throw the strike, my right heel twists off the ground and I dig the ball of my right foot into the ground. Okay? From this side, right hand moves down, right elbow moves up, right elbow moves forward, right heel twists off the ground. From this side, bringing my right fist, or my right hand, close to my chest. All right? Step 1, right hand moves down, right elbow moves up. Step 2, right elbow moves forward by bringing my right hand close to my chest. Let's try that with me. Step 1, step 2. One more time. Step 1, step 2. Nice. Okay. Okay, now that you've learned a couple basic elbow strikes, I want you to think about how you can add those strikes to your chain of punches or your combo of punches that we already learned about. So, maybe you want to add the left elbow to the combo that we already know. So, from our Thai boxing stance, the combo that we know is 1, 2, 3. Then we come back to our stance. Maybe we want to add the left elbow to finish the combo. And back to our stance. So altogether, it would look like this. Make sense? Awesome. Now that you know some punches and some elbows, the last strike that I'll teach you today is the right knee. This is where it's super important to be on ground that is not slippery. This is also part of the reason why most kickboxing or Muay Thai gyms have mats that are super soft on the ground. Now, I'm sure most of us don't have the benefit of having grounds that have mats. As you can see, I'm in a backyard right now on a brick floor. Now, if you are outside on a hard surface like bricks or concrete, I really need to make sure that you're wearing shoes that won't slip, okay? You can't be in slippery shoes. You gotta have shoes that have some kind of grip, okay? If you're inside and if you're on hardwood floor, I would suggest to take off your socks. You have better grip when you're in bare feet. As a rule of thumb, if you're inside doing this, probably a good idea to take off your socks. If you're outside doing this on a hard surface, definitely be in some non-slip shoes. I'm in just some pretty standard runners. These should be good enough. Okay? So, I feel like it actually helps to see what the knee looks like from an angle first, because that way you get to see some very important pieces to this particular kind of strike. So, from our Thai boxing stance, like I said, we're throwing the right knee, okay? Very important. In Muay Thai or in Thai boxing, this strike is actually being thrown to land on this part of my opponent's body, okay? That means in order for the strike to be effective, my knee has to move in a forward spear-like motion and not move in an upwards motion, okay? That's really hard to do, especially when this is new. So pay close attention to these pieces that I walk you through. So from my Thai boxing stance here, you guys know how to get there. My right knee is going to come up and move forward. It's only going to come up just a little bit though, just enough to get my foot off the ground. But once my foot's off the ground, I don't want my knee to move up anymore. I want it to move forward. So first, just watch, and then I'll kind of break down what's happening here. So from here, my right knee is going to come up, and it's going to move straight forward. One more time. Okay? Notice, when my knee moved forward, my hips also moved forward like this, which caused my back to lean back a little bit. Now, before you try this, a couple things to note. When you lean back, you can't lean back so much that you're going to be off balance. Because remember, you're going to be on one leg, like this. And if you lean back way too far, you're going to fall. All right? And I do not want that to happen, especially if you're outside on the hard ground like me. So, just lean back a little bit. My hips move forward, and my back leans back just a little bit. I'm going to try to tuck my heel to my butt as I throw the knee. My right heel is going to try to touch my butt as I throw the right knee. My heel is close to my butt as I throw the knee, and I point my toe down. From the front angle, my hips move forward, my back leans back. From this angle, hips moves forward, back leans back, knee goes straight forward like a spear. Notice that as I throw the knee, I keep my hands up for protecting my face. Okay, now that you know 6 different strikes, you can begin to make your own chains of strikes or make up your own combos. This is called shadow boxing. This is something that you can do in your home or maybe outside your home to practice this martial art. And you can do so, like I said, by making up your own combos. Each combo does not need to start with the number 1. It can start with any of the 6 strikes that I've taught you here today. All that I'd ask is that when you do shadow box, when you do try to make up your own combos, is that you do so in a relaxed way, except at the end of your strikes, like what we were talking about. When we throw the number 2, from here, I'm relaxed, and only at the end of my punch does my right arm tense up. For the number 3, I'm relaxed here in my Thai boxing stance, and only do I tense up at the end of my punch where my arm tenses up, okay? So my request, if you are going to practice this, is to do this in a pretty relaxed way, not throwing your punches too hard or too aggressively, but doing so in a calm and chilled out kind of a way.
Reflection challenge number 2. Where in your body can you feel the change between tensing and relaxing?
All right, think of it almost like, I kind of look at it as a way to almost meditate. When I practice shadow boxing, I do so in a way where I'm almost in this meditative state, and all that I think about is the movements of my body. Okay? So, if you do feel like trying this, let me know what your combos look like. I'd love to see how you chain your combo or chain your strikes together. And from there, we can talk further about how to create new combos and new different ways to shadow box. And that's it for today's experience. I wanted to say thank you so much for taking part. This is my first time filming a virtual Kudos experience. I plan on filming a part 2 to this experience sometime soon, so be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, remember, when you're practicing this, please do so in a calm and relaxed kind of a way. Don't try any of these strikes on your family members or your friends or anything like that. And yeah, keep your hands up, keep your chin down, and I hope you enjoyed the experience. Take care, guys. Bye for now, and stay safe out there.
Now it's time to turn your reflections into conversation. Connect with host Julian to share your reflections, share what strikes work best for you, and create a new combo.